You know, Emma and I went over to Ray's farm today and bestowed gifts upon his wife. You know, Ray died last week. Had an accident on the farm. And I was asked to give a eulogy at the grave site for Ray, and I did. And she says, nobody recorded it. I says, well, I don't really remember exactly what I said. But she says, it was very pleasing, it was very nice. I'm going to try to do it again. She says, well, if you do, put it on YouTube for Ray. So what I'm going to try to do right now. Okay, my friends and neighbors, and you people on YouTube. I had a neighbor here who was killed on the farm. It's a little bit difficult for me because he was very close to me, as I'm sure he was to all of you. Being a farmer, ones who raises your crops and gives you food on your table. He wasn't a man of great wealth, but anytime you needed help, he was there for you. He was there for me. I know sometimes I'd take one of my tractors down for him to use and that, and he was back the next day, see what little means he had, he could give to me. I said, well, you know, that's going to cost you a little bit. It's going to be $10 anyway. But he says, no, sometime I can use your help. Why don't you come up and help me sometime? And we do stuff like that, back and forth, and he had more than what I got. He still got more than what I got. He's got 2 lovely daughters, a very loving wife, and I'm jealous of that. Something a little bit more he had than I don't. You go driving by his farm, you see him out there on the tractor, he's got a big wave up at it, he tip his hat. Hi! Always happy to see ya. He had a very kind heart inside of him. Well, I like to think that I do too, but his was bigger than mine. And all of our neighbors around here are really going to miss having that kind spirit within our neighborhood. Ray, he didn't have a whole lot to deal with. I mean, a lot to work with, but he had a whole lot to deal with. He had so much he wanted to do, but couldn't do it. But with what he had, he made the most of. He didn't have the paint to paint his barn, but he kept everything neat around there. And everybody loved him. I did, and I still do. I'll always love Ray, and he'll always be a model for me on the way I run my farm. You never know. But what you have to have as a good role model, Ray was a good role model. Had a nice family, took care of his family first of all. Took care of anything that anybody helping with. He wasn't going to let that go unnoticed. Always right there to be a neighbor right back to you. Ray was a gentleman. He, with what he had to work with, kept his farm looking up. Weeds are mowed, everything's done, barnyards are cleaned out, everything like that. If he asked you for help, he was right back to help you back the next day. He says, "What can I do for you today?" Ray is a model farmer. He didn't have everything I got. But with what he had, he knew how to make use of it. He took care of his family. And all of us in the community here, we love him. We miss him now. And we'll always miss him. A big part of this community is gone now. And I don't think we'll ever be the same. Ray's silos are going to need filling this year. I will do it. Hopefully with the help of some of my fellow neighbors. His crops are going to be planted by some of the neighbors already have contracted. I'm going to pay them to do it. Some of them are doing it for free. But Ray's family needs some help now. And we're going to be a community here. And we're going to help. Because that's what we are. Ray would have done it for any one of us. Ray would have done it for us. I'm going to miss that kind of feeling from having such a good friend and neighbor not being there. It's sad for us all. But as a community, we will pull together, regroup, and help his family. He'd have done it for us. And let us all be one together here. We're all going to miss him. We can't drive by his farm now and see him waving at us. But maybe other people can drive by his farm and see one or two of us waving at them. And Ray would have done it for each and every one of us. You don't think he wouldn't have? Let us do it for him.